DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daniel W. Bubu, and in today's lecture we will talk on the function of DNA. So this video is actually dedicated to students from the Carolina Middle High School, and those were students who encouraged me to put a video on the function of DNA, because in our past lecture we were talking on structure of DNA, RNA, and so they felt encouraged, and it was like, you have to put a video on the function of DNA. So today's lecture will focus directly on the function of DNA, and this is one thing that makes people wonder as to whether human beings are a photocopy of themselves. Why is it that some children share certain characteristics of their parents? Why is it that certain children have similar height like their parents? And why is it that there is this normal sickness in this family lineage? Well, the answer to this question is because of deoxyribonucleic acid. Now remember that there are 4 macromolecules that make up a living thing, and those macromolecules are carbohydrates, they are lipids, they are protein, and they are nucleic acid. Well, lipids is also referred to as fat. So these are the 4 major macromolecules that make up a living. Today's lecture will directly focus on DNA and its function. DNA is a macromolecule that is found in cells of living things. They are concentrated in the nucleus of the cells, and of course the nucleus of the cells is an organelle that controls the entire activities of the cells. It also contains the genetic code, which are either DNA or RNA, and enable life's function to continue on Earth as living species carry on their daily living. Now, DNA is also referred to as the code of life, and it is this code that living things use to carry out life processes. DNA is much like a blueprint that an architect used to construct a building. DNA found within your cells is what enables an organism to look different or nice in their appearance. And so DNA is very, very much important. So today we will understand the language of DNA and the function of how DNA works. Now, it is important to reveal to you that DNA is composed of a code of structure called chromosomes. Now, let's look at chromosomes. Chromosomes are organelles of the cells that have a genetic material and also code for life. And each chromosome contains a genes that code for a specific trait. Chromosomes have a structure like an X shape. Chromosome takes an X shape, and they are normally joined together by a centromere, and both of them joined together make a sister chromata. So each chromosome, or every chromosome, contains a genes that code for a particular trait. Now, traits are character or characteristics that are passed from one generation to the next. The main function of a gene on a chromosome is the production of proteins, and of course proteins are one of the most important essential nutrients that enables living species to survive. Now, proteins serve so many different functions in an organism's body, and they serve as a direct source of energy provisions for living species. Each chromosome contains a protein, and the presence of a protein in those chromosomes is what enables an organism to inherit certain traits from their parents. Protein is important in organisms because it serves as a transport material between and outside of the cells. Protein also helps to build muscles, and so protein is very important in living organisms, and it serves as a major source of link between a person's DNA and that of their parents. There are other proteins such as enzymes that serve as a catalyst in speeding up chemical reactions within the cell, and other proteins such as hormone act as a chemical messenger in helping to transport substances between the cells. How does DNA code for a protein? So as James Watson and Francis Crick published in 1953, they said that a strand of DNA contains a nucleotide and a nitrogenous basis. They also published that a strand of DNA also contains a sugar and a phosphate molecule. And so when you look at the structure of a DNA, they form a helix or a double helix shape, which look like a twisted ladder. And so their discoveries was being accepted internationally that DNA has a twisted ladder shape and it holds a protein molecule. Now, every 3 nucleotide is composed of a codon. It's composed of a codon. And each of these codons are named from a simple alphabet which are composed of a nitrogenous basis known as adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. These are nitrogenous bases found in DNA structure. In my next lecture, I'll talk more on DNA structure and RNA structure. So these 3 nucleotides that form a codon also assembles and responds to form an amino acid. In the human body, there are 20 amino acids, and out of those 20 amino acids, 12 are produced by the human body, and the remaining 8 are obtained normally from other essential sources such as meat, such as egg, cheese, and so many different foods. They can also be obtained from the combination of rice, beans, and some animals food that comes from plants. DNA is an important source of life. So thank you for the lecture. I'm glad you listened. Please like this video, subscribe, share, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that when we drop new video you can get notified. Thank you so much for watching.